Welcome back. One of the things we haven't talked about yet, and it's extremely important in order for you to keep taking action and to keep taking those steps forward, is proper self-care. That's right, taking care of you. Because if you're not in optimal shape in order to do what you want to do during this 90 days, then you're going to quit. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to confidently move forward every single day because you're not taking care of yourself. So what does taking care of yourself look like? Well, it looks like getting regular rest. Getting regular rest is one of the most important things that you can possibly do to function at your best every single day. That normally looks like about 6 to 8 hours of sleep, somewhere in there. Whatever it is that works best for you. But if you start burning the candle at both ends and only giving yourself 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, and you're saying, no, I've got to still keep working. I've got to still get those hours in every single day, right? If you become a maniac about it, at some point you're going to hit a wall. You're going to burn out and just collapse because you're not giving your body what it needs, which is adequate rest. Another thing for proper self-care is making sure that you drink enough water, that you're staying hydrated every single day. Our bodies are made up of 98% water. And if you're not properly hydrated, it starts affecting your mind, it starts affecting your focus, it starts affecting your energy. So if you want better energy, you want clearer skin, you want better focus, you want to be able to have the energy that you need during the day, you've got to make sure that you're staying hydrated. And along with hydration comes a proper diet. Making sure that you're eating a diet rich with fruits, vegetables, eating a lot of protein. Protein is fantastic for you. Helps build muscles. It helps you keep your body growing and keep your body healthy. Making sure that you have a proper diet that's keeping you energized throughout the day is so important. Because if you start leaning into just eating fast food all the time, things that come out of a package, things that are in the frozen food section that you just shove in the oven or you shove in a microwave and then shove in your mouth, that's a lot of shoving. And sooner or later, those dietary choices are going to catch up with you. And most of the time, it's sooner rather than later. Plus, your body's a temple. Be conscious of what you put into it. Now, if you have a little treat every now and again, that's fine. But if that's something that you're eating most of the time, meaning if we're looking at the 80-20 rule, that you're eating junk most of the time, then that's something that you're obviously going to want to change. And I guarantee you, if you make this one small change, it's going to completely make you feel like a different person every single day. One of the things that I found is really important and helps me eat better is I do meal prepping. So you take a couple hours on one day and you prep those meals in advance. Because the problem that I found that I was running into was I didn't know I was hungry until I was hungry. And then when I'm hungry, the last thing I want to do is spend 15 to 20 minutes making a meal. So I would just eat whatever was available. And that wasn't helpful. So once I started meal prepping, I could make sure that I had a proper meal ready for me whenever it was that I was hungry. And I started eating better by just doing that. And then one of the other things that you can do to make sure that you're taking proper care of yourself is make sure that you're taking rest times during the day. Not just rest times, but routine rest times. Your mind needs a chance to relax. If you're just sitting in front of a computer screen for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time, you're going to start losing focus. There's going to be a spot of diminishing returns where you can't even focus anymore. And at that point, then you start getting frustrated. Your emotions start really bubbling up inside you. And you're not as effective as you can be because your focus is not there. And then last thing that I want to tell you about is make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Time to do things that you like doing. Time to spend with your family. And when you're having those times with the family, when you're having that quality time with the people that you love the most, make sure that you're there. Make sure that you're present for them. You're not thinking about work. You're not thinking about what you still have to do. You're not physically there with them, but your mind's off somewhere else. Be physically present and be mentally and emotionally present. Because when you're there and you can enjoy those times in life, it makes everything worthwhile. And then you can make sure that you're focused and really hitting it hard when it's time to do all the things that you need to do. When it's time to work, you're there, you're focused on work, you're 100%. When it's time to spend with your family, you're there with the family 100%. And when you're taking care of yourself, you're focused on you 100%. Because the more that you can focus on what it is you're doing right now in the moment, the better off you're going to be and the better the results that you're going to have. So I wanted to make this short video just to remind you of what's important, which is taking care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself right now, when are you going to do it? It's important for you to do this right now because not only is it good for you in the long term, it's also going to help out your goal for 90 days and beyond, because it helps you take those little steps forward, and you're going to keep taking action as long as you feel good. But the moment that you stop feeling good, action stops happening. We don't want that. We want you to keep going every single day. But in order to do that, you've got to take care of the most important person, and that's you. So I want you to do it. So look at where you can take care of yourself. If you don't think about it routinely, start thinking about it now. How can you get better sleep? How can you start eating better and drinking more water, making sure that you remember to do it? How can you start taking time for yourself and being present with your family when you're there? Think about those things and maybe even start incorporating some new stuff in there. If you've got any sort of questions, go ahead, drop me a comment because I'd love to answer those too. But in the meantime, start thinking about where you can start integrating these into your life. And I guarantee you they're going to make a difference. So I will see you tomorrow and holding you accountable as you hold me accountable. So until then, take action now.